Hey, it's Christina here, and I have another unknown to me lovely person dropping by to do some visual coaching, which is so cool across the pond. Hi, Julia.
Hi there. Hi. Yes, across the pond in Austria.
Yes, that's excellent. Me in Canada, love this. We were just talking about technology and kind of how amazing it allows us to do this, and you as a coach too, of the differences of being in person and then working online. So some
Mm.
curiosity there for you to just be in this container from that point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a little preamble so I know a little bit, but anything you want to share here to just kind of kick it off, and then I'll figure out what our approach will be and bring up a map.
Okay. So, I'm 40 going on 41. Um,
Nice age. Yay.
yes. Yes, nice age for having blue hair. My mom keeps telling me I should grow up and
Oh, don't do that.
yeah, but I only started having blue hair like 2 years ago, so I don't know.
Some of us
Um,
do it in reverse order, right? I'm thinking about that myself in the end. Yeah.
yeah. Um, I have done many things, but for the past 10 years, I've been employed at a big global child rights NGO in their international office. I'm in a fundraising department, managing quality, doing training, setting standards of how we communicate with donors across the world,
Mm,
which is super exciting.
mm-hmm,
And I want to move out of it.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was we started this team a couple of years ago, and I've kind of grown into it, built it up with the others, and now I've grown out of it. I've done more and more facilitation,
Mm,
um, and that is really working with both individuals and groups is really where I feel like I'm at my strongest and where I feel like I'm adding the most value. So, so I'm at the crossroads somehow.
mm-hmm,
I am still hoping, sort of, that inside the organization an opportunity will come up for me to do facilitation training, maybe also coaching
mm-hmm.
internally.
Yep.
And then in the long run, I'm feeling like maybe if that, well, definitely if it doesn't happen, but maybe even if it does, there will be a point in time where I should kind of get out of there because I've been there for a quarter of my life.
Mm, mm-hmm.
And and I I get restless.
Yeah, yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
I'm just hearing evolution, right? Because one approach we might take is future self, and you've now become your future self. So your younger you wanted what you've now accomplished, right? And you've done
Yeah.
it. So this,
Yeah.
in my experience, that stuff just kind of naturally gets there. And I have a loop in my logo for Shift It, right? Because you kind of launch all these dreams and you actualize them, and then the glow kind of starts to fade. And it crashes a little bit, and then you launch new rockets of desire, right? And so like what
Yeah.
you're saying about facilitation is the fresh whiff of inspiration and
Yeah.
what's next, right? And we kind of go like this spiral thing, boom
Yeah.
boom boom. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I started well I finished a systemic coaching course in April, I think.
Hmm.
Um because I wanted to work better with groups, because I wanted to be able to understand, the system, and because I wanted to be able to ask better questions.
Yep.
Turns out I really like working with individuals as well. So so what I didn't expect is that I kind of have my second to next rocket already ready to launch, or I will have in 2 years when I
Yep.
finish that certificate.
Yeah,
So
so
that's where I'm.
you're kind of like me. You I facilitate too, so I do facilitation. I haven't asked you what kind of niche or specialty you like in that, but you also like working with individuals, and I find it's nice to have, for me anyway, I like a blend of things, right?
Mhm.
It's a bit of a
Mhm.
drag right now. It's not just a bit, but to not be able to work in person, right?
Mhm.
Because I really enjoyed, especially because I'm online a lot doing one-to-one work, which can be very intense and deep. So
Yeah.
it's nice to have group work can be intense and deep too, but it's nice to have the mix. I just find
Mhm.
my energy, I can do a lot as long as I mix things up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I feel like it's it's lovely to work with groups, even in the online space.
Hmm.
I find still, and in the beginning, I wasn't sure that I would be able to achieve that. I find that my superpower when I'm in a room with people
Hmm.
is that just by the fact that I'm there and I observe and I write things down, I work visually a lot as well. So
Hmm.
I write things down and then we come out with results and we don't have any winners and we don't have any losers. And it's not about whose idea it was, it's
Mm.
about the fact that the idea is good.
The wisdom that's in there that
Yeah,
emerges. Yeah.
yeah. And I was skeptical that that would work online, but it kind of does.
Hmm. Yeah. 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 I know it's
Yeah.
different, isn't it? I just did two big facilitations this week, and I again mix the, because there's something I can do with my physicality. You know, there's a lot
Mhm.
I can do with my physicality and with the physicality of the charts, right? And to translate that down into the screen with people, it's not as physically and like tactically and impactful, but there are different ways to do it in the inline online
Mhm.
with the groups, right?
Mhm.
And get there too. So it's cool
Mhm.
how all of us are across the world figuring this out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so I
so
think I have
that's
a
kind
bit,
of
I have a
where I
bit of
am.
a, yeah, I have a sense, and I'm just kind of,
Mhm.
I'm going to throw out some options to you. You said systemic, which is interesting to me. Um, I do a modality systemic constellation. Not sure if you're familiar with constellations,
Mhm.
but that can be interesting because it's kind of spatial and it's a way to see
Mhm.
movement of stuff. We'd
Mhm.
have to talk a little bit more about what we would place on the constellation.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some components in what you've laid down here that might be interesting, especially like, you know, these the facilitation stuff, the group stuff, the individual stuff, the organization where you're at, the future, right?
Yeah.
And uh, I guess it would show us whether it's somewhere else or you stay there in that organization. It would kind of emerge.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling that a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm naturally feeling future self, because that would be a
Mhm.
one to go to. I don't know, in your coaching work, have you done any visits to your future self?
Nope, not yet.
No?
Not.
Okay, that's a fun one. I just got a little zing up the back of my neck there. That's always a sign. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then another one is called the wouldn't it be nice if. So it's like, wouldn't it be nice if, around this whole stuff, right? It's just a light way of kind of playing with it. And you finish that sentence over and over again. And it's kind of amazing what happens. There's two women I've done it with recently, and both of them actualized uh, what they're wanting. The forms, you know, you're not playing at the form level, you're playing at the formless kind of essence level. And then
Mhm.
as you do that, right, it like a magnet sucks the form to you. So they're like, oh yeah, this is how it came, right? This is, in one case it was a job, and in the other case it was funding for some stuff, and they were just kind of delighted, understandably, with how quickly that happened. So
Gosh, I'm not actually sure. I mean, wouldn't it be nice if just the sentence makes me smile?
yeah,
I
sweet.
do I do like constellation work and I would
Mhm.
be curious about the future self. So I'm a little bit torn, but then the one that got the strongest gut reaction
Mm.
was wouldn't it be nice?
Okay, yeah, yeah. Even as I started to do it too, I was like, oh yeah. Especially when I say this works. Hey, you get what you want. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with the you. Okay.
Yeah. I will have to report back.
Yeah, please do. I always enjoy those emails.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share the screen here and pull up that map version. Okay, this should do it.
Hmm.
So this is what I call a onesie, because it's just one thing we're doing. Some of the
Mhm.
templates have multiple things, but this is just basically a onesie. So first off, you've kind of articulated the situation down along the bottom. So I'll plunk that in. And then it's just going
Mhm.
to be a matter of playing with the sentence, of finishing it. Wouldn't it be nice if?
Mhm.
So let's get the situation crafted. How would you form this? Is it around your work or career?
Yeah. It's sort of the situation I'm in right now. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, we're going to apply this tool. We could apply it
Mhm.
across your whole life, but we've been not talking about
Mhm.
your whole life. We've been talking about your
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What? Yeah.
So the situation right now is I want to move away from what I'm currently doing
Hmm.
most to
I'm going to put
more.
current slash future work
Yeah,
as a way of
exactly.
summing that up. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
a
the
good
big,
way of summing that
yeah,
up. Yeah,
yeah,
that's easier.
yeah. That's the
Yeah,
big ballpark. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
Yeah.
with that, and this sometimes takes a little bit to warm up into, so
Mm-hmm.
don't worry. Like,
Mm-hmm.
as you poke around, the energy gets interesting as we go along. So all you're going to do is, wouldn't it be nice if around this dilemma, you've kind of I'll draw the arrows we were talking about, right? So it's you start off X marks the spot in something. So back in the day, right? You launched some rockets of desires and then you've actualized them. And as you've actualized them, they've started to understandably kind of lose their luster a little bit because human beings were so funny, right? We're like, meh, this thing that
Yeah.
we just
Like
so
meh,
like wanted, and now it's like, meh,
reached.
meh, right,
Reached.
right. Next, what's next, right? So then
Yeah.
you nicely kind of figure out it bounces off here and it's like, oh, yes, please, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into that. Now you're at this place where you're kind of on some of the stuff and you're starting to get a whiff of what you desire. So
Mm-hmm.
let's articulate that whiff a little bit. Wouldn't it be nice if?
Wouldn't it be nice if I could work with human beings more?
Oh, yes, that's a good, wouldn't it be nice? Yeah, let me draw people. Okay, yes. And how come? What is it about working with human beings?
Humans are so amazing.
Aw, how nice.
I just
Yeah.
the creative capacity of a group of people or even of a single human being never ceases to amaze me.
Wow, I love that. Yeah. Creative capacity amazes me.
Yeah.
What else? Milk it.
I
What else
I
is in
mean,
there? Mm-hmm.
what else is in there? I feel like I add value to discussions
Mm.
because I make sure that they are focused.
Ah, okay, good. Yeah, so tell me about what you like about discussions when they get really good and yummy. So they get focused. What happens when they get focused?
When they get focused and people achieve things that they never thought they would. And sometimes that's weird because sometimes I think, oh, these people could do so much more,
Mm.
you know? But
Mm-hmm.
but just because I'm there, they feel like they're already achieving more than they ever would have before.
Yep.
And when I work with groups longer or over some time, I find that every time we meet, it gets even better.
Mm.
Um, and that
Better
is
each
super,
time.
super rewarding.
Yeah,
Hmm.
okay, good. Rewarding. Excellent.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how about on their side? What's going on for them?
They go out with a good feeling because they know what they're going to do next.
Mm.
A lot of these things that I facilitate are about strategy, and
Mm.
currently the organization is in a big period of change that is deeply needed. And and when they know what they're going to do next to have this change be meaningful and actually happen this time,
Mm-hmm.
because we've tried, let me tell you, we've tried, I've been there
Mm-hmm.
for 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
then then that's it's just such a cool thing to be part of.
Good, good, cool thing.
Yeah, because in the end, um I mean that it sounds a bit, sometimes I feel like I sound a bit selfish saying it. I work in this organization primarily because of the people I work with.
Mm-hmm.
The cause is cool, Get me
Hmm.
right. The cause is cool. It's about children who have no one and who need a family.
Hmm.
The cause is awesome, and the fact that I can add value to people who are actually achieving that cause, that
Hmm.
really gets me
Hmm.
going.
Hmm. So you support them to do what they do.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Excellent. Okay, doing nicely. So just kind of poking in again. So wouldn't it be nice if you had a magic wand and anything could happen? Wouldn't it be nice if?
it would be so nice if I didn't just do it there, but more broadly
Ah,
somehow.
aha, good.
Can I just be the facilitator of the world?
Yes, please. Okay, somebody's got to be good. Why not? Yeah. Okay, let's get a globe in here. Facilitator of the world. Yay.
uh yeah. No, because that's part of why I like doing this at this level in the organization
Hmm.
is that it has so much global impact.
Excellent. Yes. Yes.
It's not just the kids in Austria. It's not just the kids in Canada. It's the kids around the globe. Because I don't believe that children in different parts of the world should be treated differently,
Right. Right.
right? And
Absolutely.
um, so when I'm talking about the thing that I actually currently am hired to do,
Hmm.
that's not that,
Hmm.
right? And
Hmm.
it would be so nice if I could hand what I'm doing now is also valuable and important because it brings in money.
Hmm.
And we need that because we need to feed the children and send them to school and have someone to take care of them. Um, but I feel like that could be handed over to someone else who would love it, like
Hmm.
I did
Hmm.
5 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, exactly. That was your launch back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back then it was the fundraising, and now it's what? Wouldn't it
But,
be nice if?
now it would be nice if I could facilitate more of these discussions around the
Okay.
future.
Okay. Good,
Yeah.
good, good. Let me get
Yeah.
around the future in there too.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And what would be, we can facilitate conversations, and we've kind of poked into it to a little bit, but hey, say you're doing that. You're the facilitator of the world,
Hmm.
and you're facilitating these conversations around the future. What wouldn't it be nice around what's happening? What results from that?
Yes. Yes. Wouldn't it be nice if that led to an organization that collaborated better,
Mm, mm-hmm.
where people actually met each other at eye level?
Ooh, yes, please. Yes, please. Good.
Wouldn't it be nice if that led to trust because they speak to each other
Mm-hmm.
and
Good.
not add to each other?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, amazing. There's still a lot of energy there. Yeah.
Okay, so milk that a little bit more. So that's about collaboration, eye level, trust.
It's about meaningful ideas.
Mm-hmm.
It's about bringing the whole system into the
Yeah,
discussion.
yeah, good.
I'm a big fan of having everyone at the table or in the room, or
Mm-hmm.
at least a meaningful representation of what everyone is, in this whole system, because that's when things really take form, I find.
Mm-hmm.
We would have men and women, and we would have different hierarchical levels, and we would take decisions that actually worked. Hmm. And I think that having this whole system in one place would contribute to trust, because currently there's a big divide. Hierarchically, there's a big divide from function to function. Yes, trust is a big, big word.
Hence pulling
Yeah.
out my red.
Yes. Yes. Uh,
And so if it's not hierarchical, let's get a big red through on that. So therefore it's what? Let's milk that a little bit more.
it's not hierarchical. It's systemic,
Mm-hmm.
or um, and it's about it's less about who decides and more about uh, what works.
Okay, good. Systemic, what works.
Yeah.
Also effective or something, right? If you poke
Yeah.
around the
Yeah. Yeah.
working, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yes, please, we actually make some flip and change for the better.
Yeah. Yes, please. We get to the end of that yellow brick road, is it?
Yeah, so what is that? That's like achieving you've got up here
Mm,
earlier, right? Like this
yeah.
really the tangibility of
Yeah.
making it of change.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think right now, there is so much silence and secrecy around what some people think that the change needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
In the hierarchy, there's a lot of silence and secrecy.
Yeah.
And in the if you will, in the workforce, um, there's a lot of crying out, for crying out loud, we need to do something now, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle of that, because when I'm at my normal current work,
Yep.
then I'm on the workforce side, right? I'm just dwarf number 7 in the back row. And then I get asked to facilitate a conversation, and all of a sudden I'm in the room with all of these hierarchical leaders.
Mm-hmm.
and and I start to understand where the silence, the secrecy, and their mistrust actually originates.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that sometimes it's just there's just no reason.
Yep.
And that's why I would really find it nice if we got the whole system at the table, and we got everyone to talk to each other, everyone who is affected by the topic in question,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because then I think everyone would profit from the fact that they see that they're all people.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's flip some of this you don't like a no thank you to
Yeah.
hierarchy, no thank you to silence, no thank you to secrecy. So therefore the yes please becomes you've already done some of the hierarchical yes pleases. So what's the
Yeah.
opposite of the silence? What's the opposite of secrecy?
the up that's openness, and
Ah,
that's
very good.
discussing, um and that's co- co-creating,
Nice. Yep. Ooh,
and
yes
and
please.
and coming up with the future together,
Mm.
not, not behind closed doors, but together.
Yep. So if it's not a closed door, it's an open door or it's an
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
archway or something. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, let's set up some big waystones in a circle and put a table at the middle and meet.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay, good. Meet
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah.
Hello, people. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent.
Lovely.
Excellent. Yeah. I'm starting to really feel the energy now, right? As you're
Yeah.
defining this and circling it around, the vibration of it is nice and yummy.
Yeah. Yeah. And wouldn't it be nice if I could support individuals
Mm.
in their in their own change
Mm,
and in
mm-hmm.
their own creative capacity, and make them realize all the creative capacity that they have, all the resources that they have. And wouldn't it be nice if I could ask more questions?
Mm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To help with that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What is it about the questions? What happens there? You're attracted to asking more questions, but there's a reason why.
Because it opens pathways to thinking.
Mm. Ooh.
Because the more questions, if I ask the right questions, then something happens where people realize all the things they weren't thinking about, all the things they maybe buried or deleted or distorted in their minds. And yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it all comes out, and they realize all the things that they can do and all the things that they can think.
Yeah. So what's the flip of distortion and deletion and everything? What's the
Mm.
flip of that?
Hmm. Hmm.
No thank you to distortion and
Yes.
deletion and
Yes.
stuckness and all that. So yes,
Yeah.
please to
Yes, please to yes, please to resources.
yay. You're right. Good. I missed that one. That's good. Glad it's swinging up again. Good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Resources. Yep. What
Yes.
else?
Yes. Yes, please to new ideas.
Yep.
And those may be buried in your brain, but you don't remember them.
So opposite of buried is what?
Yeah, like unearth.
Oh, very good. Buried. So
You
it's
realize
so if
this is
it's
not my native language.
yeah, 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 no, this is what I have to do with everybody. Don't worry, because we naturally speak in uns, and
Yes.
you're no
Yes.
different from a native speaker of this language. I mean, you're amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, couldn't Europeans
Or
always
maybe even
amaze me, or
grow.
people. Yeah. So you said unearth. So you're not
I said
earthing it. So
unearth.
what?
I
So
said unearth,
yeah,
but maybe grow.
yeah,
Grow
right.
is better.
That's the flip of it. Yeah, right.
Because you bury the seed and then it grows.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Good.
When
Okay.
when the sun reaches it, which can happen through, a little bit of like scratching at the surface, then it
Mm-hmm.
can grow. I like that. I like that.
Okay.
That's a nice
Little
metaphor.
seed down there in the growing happening in the sun. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice, nice. Yes, please.
And and wouldn't it be nice if all of these things came together in my life?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, please.
Wouldn't it be nice if I found a way to combine these two?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that feels. I feel 5 pounds lighter. Is it pounds
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
Canada? I'm not sure.
It's okay. I'm old enough to know what pounds are.
Yeah, I don't even
Because we
really
do
know how.
metric. It was like the crossover happened when I was a kid. Yeah.
I don't even think I know exactly how much a pound it is. About half a kilo.
It's
But yeah,
still in the phrase. Yeah,
yeah,
phrasing.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's a sign, right? That's an energetic sign, a sign of the powerful work you're doing too.
yeah,
I mean, that light
yeah,
feeling, and
yeah,
especially nowadays because everything's so heavy and bogged down. So yay,
yeah,
yay, yay! That's why this can be such a
yeah.
powerful thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Um, I'm just gonna notice it and park it somewhere, but we haven't
Mm-hmm.
spoken about COVID once.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it
Yeah, I
wouldn't
know.
it be
I just
nice if
kind
we
of brought
kept
it
it
up.
that way?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So it doesn't have to be this limiter, or
No,
this.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because this can happen online and it can happen offline and in person and it can happen indoors and it can happen outside.
Yep. Yep. So it doesn't
The
have to stop
only
you. There's ways
no,
around. Yeah.
the travel or I mean,
So like a
I'm
diversity of application or something, or
yeah,
delivery.
Yes, yes. Diversity of delivery is good.
Yeah.
And I think it's also that opens me up to more parts of the globe,
Mm-hmm. Right. Good. Which fits with
right?
the facilitator of the world. That's
Yeah, that's
useful.
really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, and it's
yeah,
so true. That's certainly what's happened for me. I had a jump on working virtually, right? I've been doing it for 8 years now. So, but it's wonderful with and crazy and kooky and everything that's happened at
yeah,
large, but a lot of potentiality in there. It certainly has impacted me. So that
yeah,
impacting everybody, right? In much more of a global sense and not so
yeah.
the same parameters as it used to be when you're more limited to location or, like you're saying, travel.
Mm,
I'll put them all in here. Let's see.
yeah. Travel is nice. Wouldn't it be nice if one day we got to travel again?
Yes.
Um, and at the same time, travel is also very resource costly, and it's good that it's not needed all the time anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's also this part of, and now I'm going to jump a little bit into the private. Um, wouldn't it be nice if I kept at least part of this sticking to, I'm not going to say one place, but at least one country,
Mm.
for a bit longer than I have been in the last couple of years.
So being able, the same thing for me. So now I can be plunked in this island in British Columbia and work with people all over. So it gives you
Mm-hmm.
roots and grounding and
Mm.
also a life for yourself, right? Because when
Mm.
you help others so much, you really got to get yourself in a stable
Yeah.
place and a healthy place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
And
I hear that in you, that you're really
yeah.
jonesing for that. Yeah.
Yeah, because my family, both my family in the traditional sense and my chosen family,
Mm-hmm.
really ground me and a really positive force. That's a really positive force in my life. Um, and it's more visible now than it has ever been.
Mm,
Because I've been in and out of places. I've been in and out of my city and the capital city, and uh, now I'm more here for it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so wouldn't it be nice if I got to keep some of that? Yes, grounded in my place as places, I would say.
Okay. Yes.
Because I do love both my cities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My two cities. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. And wouldn't it be
Poke a little
nice?
bit more into the family, that
Mm-hmm.
essence of family, because
Mm-hmm.
and the personal side of it, right? Because
Yeah.
yes, we're talking about the professional, but just there will be a link for oneself too. So wouldn't it be nice if around that about you
Hmm.
and the personal side?
So wouldn't it be nice if that's actually funny because right now my family and my chosen family have kind of shrunk a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lot of people, but they've become closer than ever. Um, and we're trying very hard to keep one of the members of that of my our chosen family
Mm-hmm.
close to us and in the country, which is a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and wouldn't it be nice if that happened for him and for
Nice.
us?
Yes. Yes. So um, uh, chosen family members close.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Because having him here is such a blessing for us, and knowing that he's safe
Mm.
is, yeah.
Poke into that, get some adjectives. So you want him to be safe. What else?
I want him to be safe. I want him to I want him I want I want him to be able to grow
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and to lead his own life also. Like I mean, he's a grown up. He leads his own life, but I want
Mm-hmm.
him to grow as a and be able to,
Agency, freedom,
yes, agency,
capability,
freedom,
resourced. Yeah.
having a job,
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
allowed to work, because currently he legally isn't.
Yeah, that's
All of that.
challenging. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's things have moved beyond all that kind of limitation has been
yeah,
removed. So feel
yeah.
into the good, that's done. So therefore now it's
So
what for
therefore
him and you.
now, so therefore now it becomes, that also becomes more of a choice for him.
Good choices. Yeah. Yeah. Choices, empowerment, freedom,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
creativity, all these
yeah,
beautiful things you like,
yeah.
creative capacity.
Exactly,
Hmm.
exactly, exactly. And I want my non-chosen family members. Well, that's the thing, though, right? Because I did choose my husband as well.
Yeah, yeah, oh, that's true. Yes.
But my husband is, you know, in all senses of the external world, is clearly family, and this other person isn't. Um,
Hmm.
but I want us to grow together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's lovely. Let's put it's all of you grow together, but I also hear with your husband too, there might be
Mhm.
some things you want to feel
Mhm.
into
Yeah.
and beat the drum of that. So what's the
Yeah.
essence there? If you go from the larger sense of family and everybody that involves, if you go down to the relationship between you and your husband, wouldn't it be nice if there?
Wouldn't it be nice if he f- it, well, that's really for him to do, but wouldn't it be
Mhm.
nice if he finished his PhD and got some freedom
Okay,
from all
good.
that work?
Yeah.
And we can have more, you know, just free time. But then also, wouldn't it be nice if I finished my new degree that I just started?
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So your degrees, wouldn't it be nice if those are in the can? Yeah, because
Yeah,
they're a process to
yeah.
get through. Boy.
They
Yeah.
are, they are, and in part, you know, I started mine knowing that he still needs to finish his, and thinking, well, if he's gonna spend so much time studying and writing dissertations and stuff, then I might as well do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to the time when we'll have a little bit more free time
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
And
and at the same
having
time,
that free time together, if you kind of poke into what that feels like, what's the essence of having free time together? Because right now you're both really focused, and amazing to be doing that in this time too, right? To be really getting those degrees done and that kind of focus and particular way of processing and being with each other. So now that's complete, and there is more space, and so you are able to be together more than you are currently. What's that feel like if you were to poke into that? What does that do for you to be able to have more free time and to be able to hang with each other more?
yeah. What's that do? We'd
Yeah.
have time to we'd have time to discuss the world more again.
Yeah. Okay, good. So
Because
discussions.
yeah, discussions and thinking and planning for the future.
Hmm.
Um,
And that feels, how does that feel?
feels that feels really calm.
Yeah, there we go. That's the kind of stuff. Calm. Yeah. Go into the
That
body and the
that
nervous system.
yeah.
Um,
That
also, what would that, like oxytocin, right? Like that
mhm.
bonding kind of
Mhm.
chemical. And yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. It feels that feels like my feet actually touch the ground. Yeah.
Ooh, yes, please. Yeah.
Mhm.
So feel that. That's important. Just
Mhm.
that's what's rising. Meet feet touching the ground and how it feels.
Yeah.
Ah, yes,
Uh,
please. Ah, parasympathetic system. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny how I usually have my feet up on a little stool, and now
Hmm.
they
You
just went
just moved
down
them?
plunk.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
The body's
Um,
like, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
yeah, and it feels like there's more of a future.
Ah, yes, please.
Hmm. Yeah.
And a certain kind of future, right? Because we could
Mm.
have gone in this conversation to we could have done the future self. So now through this, it's like there's more of a future for us,
Mhm.
for the world.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
me,
Both,
me
both really.
individually. Yeah, all these different
Yeah,
levels,
all of these
feeling that.
layers.
Yeah,
All of these layers. Yeah.
yes, please. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because so many people talk about constellation. I did a constellation recently with somebody who could not feel their future self. By the end of the constellation, thankfully, they did in a really good way, right? So I'm hearing it's a blessing to work with multiple people during this time because here it is again. Here's this
Mhm.
future self showing up, going, "We're here," right? And it's good. And
Yeah.
at the different levels too, at the individual personal level, but also at the collective level, right? For
Yeah.
all of us in humanity. Yes, please.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
all of this together would be super nice.
Yeah. So yes. So just do a big yes, please, right? As I get the tools out of
Please.
the ways and you take it in. The
Yeah.
map is never the territory, right? It's a pale comparison to what's going on inside you, but it will
Yeah.
act as a memory device and then you'll double click it into the feelings and stuff that these things all represent and
Yeah.
that you've touched into.
Yeah.
But this, my dear, is the wouldn't it be nice if, right? And so,
Yeah. Yeah. So what I feel like is the next, wouldn't it be nice, is actually, wouldn't it be nice to stay and explore what's possible within the organization work-wise?
ah, okay,
And then
beautiful.
the second to next would be what's possible outside while I'm still there.
Okay, good. So
Because
your natural steps, and you're starting to
mm-hmm,
feel this possible internal
mm-hmm,
development,
yeah,
and then external development from
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So just
Because
yes, please.
I was kind of sort of giving up on internal development.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I have a little business on the side that's not really taking off because I'm not investing a lot of energy into all the marketing and the good stuff,
Yeah,
which, fair enough.
yeah.
I do have a almost full-time job. So the incidental people that end up hiring me on the side uh, were enough before the pandemic hit to keep me comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm now at this place where I kind of feel like either I stay or I really start investing energy into marketing myself and putting myself out there and making myself more visible.
Yeah.
And it feels like it would be super nice to do first the one and then the other.
So I'm hearing that clarity.
Yeah.
So as you poke into this, now the left brain is getting information, right? Because the
Yeah.
right brain just kind of found the feeling place and the connection and plugged in to all of this, and then the left brain's like, let's make it happen. Right, so it's figured out its plan, and so we bow to the intellect and mind, yay, and it's given you information. It said, okay, I know how we're going to handle this. First
Yeah.
things first, let's do internal, then do external. Yay.
Yeah.
So very
Yeah.
handy, because that often happens with visioning, and
Hmm.
it just happened for you, or you reach a natural stage where the planning kicks in. And
Yeah.
yeah, so which grounds it right into the now.
Yeah.
So you just got
Yeah.
wisdom from your higher self here, which is like start with where you are, develop an internal, then a natural segue will happen for
Yeah.
where you're to go beyond there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so stop the shoulda, woulda, couldas around the business
Mm-hmm.
stuff. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's perfect right now.
Mm.
Poke around internally. This also gives you some language, right? This stuff's very powerful. So sometimes things
Mm.
will just like get magnetized to you. But now
Yeah.
it also, you're clearer. So you can start expressing this and you can start
Yeah.
negotiating it and saying, hey, wouldn't it be nice if? Hey, I'd like to do this and this and this. Hey, is there anything here for that? Hey, what about this? And who
Yeah.
knows what you'll be able to cook up as you get
Yeah.
clearer
Yeah.
about what you're interested in, what the possibilities are internally.
Yeah.
And often people too, when they do go external in a greater way, where they launched out of wants to retain them in different ways. So they become your client
Mm-hmm.
in a different capacity, let alone the whole network that you have built up there as well. They too
Yeah.
will be interested to still have you, but in a different way.
Yeah. That one of my groups, super nice, half a year ago, so said when they were planning their future, one of the major points was keep Julia.
Ah, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And 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 I'm going to work with them again in 2 weeks' time, and it's super nice to, go back to the memory of that.
I'm gonna put that on. So and so just that feeling of kept, wanted, right? Like
Hmm.
valued, appreciated.
Yes.
Keep
Yes.
keep Julia, yes, please.
Yes. Wouldn't it be nice if more people said that?
Yeah, yes, yes. You're just you're touching into it. You're like, they did, so more, yes, please. Like feel it like multiply.
Yep.
Oh, yes, please.
Yep.
That feels good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That feels really nice. That feels really nice.
excellent. That feels really
Yeah.
nice. Good, good, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so this will probably continue to percolate in you now that you've
Hmm.
tapped into it, and you can just feel the kind of energetic ripples here, right? It's a
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
energetic than when you come in. This work happens, so your energy's at a different place. So the body for the energy and the intellect's also connected in too, because it's like I said, itching to do things.
Hmm.
Doing and being comes together, which is kind of the secret sauce in this kind of work. Okay, so give me, not that it is closing quote, but closing for this stage of it, knowing the ripple effects is going to keep on
Hmm.
going. And I probably will get one of those emails from you. Oh, Christina, you won't believe what happened. And I'll have to put a little postscript on your video here, like some of the other ones. Awesome. Yeah. So anything you want to say to complete, or anything else that definitely needs to get on here before we wrap?
Gosh. I find it hard to say anything else. I feel like so much is there.
Yeah.
Um, wouldn't it be nice if I could do some good in the world like this?
Yes. Yes, please. Good in the world like this. I'm going to put that actually as the title. That's beautiful. Good in world like this. Yes, please.
Because like this is like who I am, the way I am,
Mm,
with what I can offer.
yep. Yep.
That that feels really good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, it's been a
Mm.
pleasure. I will putter around with this and do a little more coloring of the map and various things, and I'll send it to
Hmm.
you so you have it. Um, there's a bit of a backlog for me to and Pat, my assistant, to get the recordings, so it might be a
Hmm.
couple of weeks till you see your recording pop up, but
No
it'll
worries.
be
Hmm.
added to the YouTube. And
Cool.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, and I just wish you all the best. I mean, this is
Thank you.
beautiful to be connected with, given um, you know who you are, but the work you're doing in the world as well, right? We all have our puzzle pieces, so that's what
Hmm.
it's about, is empowering people and getting them connected with the next level of their puzzle piece, so that we can all shift things here. So
Yeah.
thank you for allowing me to assist in that in a little way. So beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you for poking and poking. That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
such a beautiful process.
Hmm. Yeah, and to that part of you that was like, I want to come in here too, not just for my own work, but the process professional in you is like,
Mm,
I wonder how this online stuff with visuals works, right? You've been
yeah.
watching it from outside and now you're in it. So
Yeah.
any thoughts about that?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna try and play with because I use Adobe Illustrator a lot, and
Oh yeah.
it doesn't work for me online
Yeah.
because it
Too
sucks so
complicated.
much.
Yeah.
It sucks so much power.
Yeah.
Like then the internet goes down. So
Crashes your computer. Yeah. No,
yes,
that's not
yes,
good. Yeah.
yes, no. So but seeing what I said
Hmm.
visually this fast online, that's really powerful.
Yeah.
And I know it from the other side,
Hmm.
but only from the other side. I've very, very rarely worked with people as a participant
Yes. Been
who
in the
did
hot seat.
visualization.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I usually visualize for others, but I've rarely seen it flipped, and that's a whole new, like, I know it works, but now I feel it works.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Well, come swing by. Check out the visual coaching stuff too. There's several
yes,
things that I have that assist people to get up to speed with it. And if you have do you already have a tablet or an iPad or something?
I have a I have a Wacom,
Oh,
this
good.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I have this thing.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
That's my travel size. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
that too. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. So that's perfect. I
yeah.
use Sketchbook Pro
Mhm.
with the Wacom.
Mhm.
iPads, most people are using Procreate with the iPads, although
Yeah.
there is a Sketchbook Pro app, but it's a little funky on the iPad. Um, so those seem to be the two main
Mm,
pairings that at this point in
mm,
time we're
mm.
all working with. So
Yeah.
yeah, jump in and start puttering around. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna do that. I have a coachee on Monday. I'm gonna try.
right.
See what happens.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, you are so welcome. Look forward to potentially hearing how this unfolds if you care to inform me.
I definitely will.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
all the best. Thanks for swinging by for one of these sessions. It's just
Thank
so
you.
fun to see. Fire up the computer and I see the name on the calendar, right, and the little email interaction that happens. But it's really fun to come into a container and a real privilege. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. And I'm sure we'll meet again.
Yes, I have that feeling too. Okay. Bye, Julia. Take care.
Goodbye. You too.
Yeah. Sleep well tonight.
I will. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.